Year was good, y'all. It's me, SabrinaSith. I'm sure you knew that. And I'm back with another episode of the Sooo podcast, and I'm alone today. I ain't got no co-host. I ain't got no Jamie, no special guests. It's just me. I mean, I hope y'all are all right with that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I didn't eat yet, so my energy is trash. Does anybody else get hangry? I be getting hangry. I be getting hangry. When I tell you, I'm actually, the cookbook that I'm putting out is called The Hangry Vegan. And I'm really excited about that. Because I mean, yeah, it not only do I get hangry, I get kind of dumb when I don't eat. Like my mind, it's just like, bitch, what you doing? What you talking about? But yeah, so the Hangry Vegan is gonna come out. I've been working on it for a while now because I don't measure anything when I cook. So to write a recipe where you need measurements, it's the hardest thing ever. Like I don't know what I'm doing. And then I asked my mom to send me a recipe. I was like, yo, can you send me a recipe for, like, I forgot, I think it was like sancocho or something. Like, she makes this really dope vegan sancocho. And for people who don't know what sancocho is, it's like a Hispanic, like Caribbean soup. It's really good. But so when I asked her, she just gave me a whole lot of, like, she gave me a list of things I need to buy from the grocery store. And then I was like, yeah, but how much of this and how much of that? She's like, I don't know. She got mad at me. I was like, all right, you know what? Never mind. She was telling me to eyeball everything. And that's what I already do. But since we're talking about food, I figured we'll do this episode. The topic will be how to go vegan, because a lot of people ask me, yo, how do I go vegan? Sabrina, how'd you go vegan? Yo, what's a good vegan starter meal? Like, what do I do? So I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible when it comes to how to go vegan. And I'm going to just start linking people this podcast because, girl, I can't keep typing it up. I can't. And I feel like listening, I think a lot of y'all would be able to take it in a little bit better or whatever. First, let's start with me. I went vegetarian first. And the reason I went vegetarian is because I had a homegirl who was vegetarian, and I kept telling her every time she would eat, I'm like, yo, you're bugging. This is like dead ass verbatim is how I said it. I was like, yo, you're bugging. Like, I could never do that. Like, I can't do that. I love eating meat. Pause. Like, you know, you're tripping. Like, how can you do that? That was me. I was dead at every single time. I was that annoying meat eater that was like, I could never. And then one day, mind you, I was a teenager. And one day I was just like, why do I keep saying I could never if I've never even tried? Like, do I really want to be that person who keeps saying the words, I could never, when I've never even attempted to do the thing that I'm claiming that I could never do? And not half-ass attempt to do it, but fully attempt to do it. I don't want to live my life like that. And I know, like, it starts out with food. Like, that's how it started with me. But there's a lot of things I was telling myself, yo, I could never do that. I could never. And then, yeah, just one day I was like, yo, I need to stop saying I can never, because I can't. I just refuse to. I'm just being lazy. I just don't want to, like, I don't want to unlearn and reteach myself. That's really what it is. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. So I told my mom, because I was still living with her. I was like, Ma, I ain't eating meat no more. She's like, okay. She was super supportive. She was like, all right, yeah, okay. She's like, yeah, I went vegetarian for, like, you know, a few days. I was like, all right, sure. I don't think she really did. I think she probably ate fish, and she's like, yeah, I went vegetarian. But she was just like, sure, I mean, if you're serious, like I'll attempt to make you something. And she went to make me something with tofu, but she didn't drain the tofu. I've never even cooked with tofu in my life. It just melted. It became like seasoned, and it looked good. Seasoned tofu soup. I don't know what. She's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. We both did not know why it just melted like that. It was just so weird. And then I forgot what she ended. Well, she ended up making rice and beans, you know, the typical Caribbean stuff. And so I ate that. I just ate like rice and beans for a while, and tostones, and like I was still eating cheese, so I would have like fried cheese. Like for my Dominicans already know what it is. So even when I moved back to New York, I was living off of mango, the fried cheese, rice and beans, avocado all day. And not these little ass avocados that they be selling out here, man. In New York, the avocados are brolic, okay? But yeah, so that's how I started when it comes to being vegetarian. I just wanted to stop doubting myself. I hated it. I was like, why do I keep doubting myself? And you know, I'm still guilty of that now, but at least it's not I could never. It's like I just don't want to right now. You know what I mean? I'm a little more realistic. Like I admit like when I'm lazy and stuff like that. But yeah, so with me, it started out with vegetarian. When I was living in New York, dollar pizza was my shit. I was dollar pizza queen, okay? Which is disgusting, and I gained a lot of weight from it, and it was the worst. I actually gained a lot of weight going vegetarian. At first I lost weight, and then dollar pizza came into my life, and then I gained it. But one of the benefits I will say that came right away after I cut meat out was my skin cleared up a bit, not fully because I was still eating dairy. My asthma went away. My asthma, like I used to have really bad asthma, and then miraculously I was able to do things. Not like terrible, super, super bad, but I would have like chronic bronchitis, and like it was just a lot of stuff, and all that went away. And in the beginning I did lose healthy weight. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't OD, it wasn't a lot. And then like I said, I gained it all back when I started eating, dollar pizza. And then slowly but surely, there was like a few vegan restaurants in New York that I used to hit up. Food Swings, shout out to Food Swings. Shout out to Curly's, all right? Hotel Tortuga. There's a whole bunch of vegan restaurants that was holding it down for me in the early 2000s before veganism blew up the way it is. Y'all don't know nothing about that because those places are closed. Rest in peace to all of that. And then so I was like, you know what? Let me start replacing my cheese with vegan cheese. Like, let me stop eating eggs. I already don't like eggs anyway, so why the hell am I gonna eat it? Milk is gross. I've always thought milk was gross. And I remember the first time I had almond milk, when I had vanilla almond milk with cereal, I was like, bro, this exists? I was like, this tastes like melted ice cream in my cereal. I could have had this as a kid. Are you kidding me? So like it started out slow for me. It was a slow transition, but even as a vegetarian, I was saying, I could never be vegan. I can't give up ice cream. That was the thing that held me back from being vegan earlier. I was like, I can't give up ice cream. Fam. And then I discovered vegan ice cream. Vegan ice cream. When I discovered vegan ice cream, it was over. I was like, I do not need dairy. I do not need animal byproducts in any of my stuff. Like, I don't. This food tastes good. It's hard to find, but I'm willing to go out of my way to go get it, because my acne, like I didn't have acne, but like my skin, I would have breakouts every now and then, especially during my period. But after I cut out dairy, no breakouts. My skin cleared up. My complexion was like, I don't wear foundation, none of that. But my complexion was just the same. I was like, she looking alright though. You know what I mean? After I cut everything out. So And when I saw those benefits, I was like, yo, all right, so I'm gonna stick to this. I'm gonna stick to this little veganism thing, whatever. Like, I'm gonna make my own meals. I'm gonna figure out where to go. Google, like, whenever I go somewhere with friends, I'm gonna Google ahead of time. That's super important. So one major tip that I always tell everybody who's like, yo, I want to go vegan. What's some advice you can give me? Google is your best friend. Google is your best friend. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. Google is your best friend. All right? Why is it your best friend? Because you can look up recipes. You can look up if there's a vegan option at a restaurant that you're about to go to with your homies. You can look up anything. Any questions you have, you can Google it. Okay? I can only tell you so much. And like, I don't know every recipe in the world, and I don't know how you cook. I don't know your abilities in the kitchen. Like, I could give you a recipe and you'd be like, yo, I don't know how to make that. I can't do that. That's too much. So that's why I say Google everything, because Google will be your best friend. I don't know if I mentioned that. You and Google might as well get BFF chains and necklaces, rings, whatever, matching tattoos, because that's your bestie right there. When it comes to transitioning into a vegan lifestyle, Google. Yo, Google better send me a check after all that. Like, for real. Y'all better send me a check. But anyways, so one thing I do, and to this day, even if I'm not going there, I will like say like a commercial, like if I'm at the gym and a commercial for a restaurant, a fast food restaurant comes up, I'll Google that restaurant. Like, I'll put the name and then vegan options, and then it'll show me let me tell you, I don't fuck with PETA. Like, me and PETA, we ain't cool. Like, we're cordial, but I'm not a PETA head. I may be vegan, but I'm not like, yeah, PETA's too much. PETA's too extreme for me. But one thing that they got covered is like, they will do the research for you. They will call restaurants. They will have it all listed out for you. They'll let you know, like, yo, you could go to Ruby Tuesdays and have this, that, and the third, and you could ask for it like this, and it'll be vegan. Or you could go to Burger King and get this, that, and the third, and it's guaranteed vegan. Like, they have lists like that. You know what I mean? They got it all figured out for everybody. You know what I mean? So, like I said, just look it up. If your homies want to go to Olive Garden, yo, Olive Garden got options. Yo, the breadsticks are vegan. Whew, let me tell you, when I found out the breadsticks were vegan, that was my favorite thing ever. And the minestrone is vegan as well. And also the salad, if you ask for it with no croutons and get balsamic and oil, I believe, in the salad rather than their house dressing, vegan. Any pasta dish with the red sauce, no cheese, vegan. I'm telling you, man, Olive Garden, you could go to Olive Garden with your homies. It's all possible. A lot of people be like, no, there's no vegan spots near me. Da, da, da. People make up excuses all the time why they can't go vegan. But that's all it is. It's excuses. And you can't be like, oh, but like, if there's no places out here that have vegan food. You're gonna tell me that your grocery store don't have rice? Your grocery store don't have beans? Your grocery store don't have vegetables? Where they do that at? What grocery store you live near? You can live in the hoodest of hoods, and there's rice and beans and vegetables and seasonings, like mad different seasonings. You can make vegetables taste like whatever you want a spicy vegetable, boom. Teriyaki vegetable, boom. You know what I mean? Or you want just like, if you like the taste of vegetables, put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, boom. You know what I mean? It's possible. Like, the reason that people come up with excuses as to why they cannot go vegan is because they don't want to put in the work to learn, to learn how to cook, to learn how to feed yourself, to learn how to go out to eat. You know what I mean? It's just excuses. That's really what it is. It's all it is excuses. And if you don't cook, like, I'm sure you can figure out something. I'm sure there's some sort of restaurant that can accommodate, because it's really not that hard. All you have to do is tell them to like hold the butter, or like replace the butter with oil, or whatever the case may be. It's not as hard as you may think. If you want to make it harder on yourself by just being lazy, that's on you. But I don't know what to tell y'all. Yo, frozen vegetables, mad cheap. Frozen vegetables are a few dollars. All right, let me tell y'all how I make frozen vegetables. So I would take frozen vegetables. I don't know why I'm starting to whisper on this part right here, but I feel like it's a secret. So I'll take frozen vegetables, right? And I saute them on a pan with a little bit of oil, right? Boom, boom, saute it. Let the water, evaporate and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then when it's starting to get nice and little, like not really brown, but you could tell that it's no longer frozen. It's starting to heat up or whatever. I put a little bit of maple syrup on it. You feel me? A little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of sea salt. And then I brown them and get them a little crispy. Oh, honey. Y'all ever had maple sauteed vegetables? Bomb. Or jasmine rice with coconut milk and a little bit of maple and vanilla. Oh. And all of that can be found in your grocery store. I don't care where you live. You could go to the bodega up the block and you could find all of that. That's it. All right. What's another question I get? I feel like in 2019, people realize that protein is in everything. Protein, when people say, where do you get your protein from? I'm like, no one's ever died of protein deficiency. But about 2 or 3 years ago, a woman died from protein overdose. Can you believe that? She was like a bodybuilder. I don't know if she was a bodybuilder, but I know she competed. And she died of a protein overdose. And she was a meat eater. I'm not saying that like that's why, but like it's crazy that there's actual evidence of somebody dying of protein overdose and not protein deficiency. So when people are worried about that, and when did everybody become a nutrition expert? Like the second you say that you're vegan, oh, they are experts. Okay. No, you can't get enough protein. What? Where do you get your protein from? Bro, where do you get your cholesterol from? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about something. You want to become a nutritional expert. Where's your cholesterol coming from? What's good with your arteries? What they looking like? Talk to me about it, huh? Like, it's so annoying when people become experts just because they want to find any excuse as to why they... It's so funny how people instantly go into like a guilty mode when you tell them you're vegan or vegetarian. And when people are like, oh, vegans are aggressive, vegans are this, we have no choice. We have to defend ourselves. We're not going to just let people like shit on our lifestyles that we feel so passionate about. We're passionate about it and we're not harming anything and we're not harming anyone. And that's the dopest part about it. Like the fact that I could look at my plate and I could eat and nobody had to die. Maybe a few bugs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be realistic. Maybe a bug here and there because shit happens. But like the fact that I have to slit the throat of an innocent cow or chicken or anything like that to enjoy a meal. Oh, y'all don't understand. That really makes me happy. I really fuck with cows. Cows are like big ass dogs. They are adorable. They are so funny. If y'all just go to YouTube and type in cows are dogs and just enjoy your life. Enjoy it. It is the funniest, most happiest thing ever. They are adorable. Another thing that helped me cut out meat on YouTube, there's this video called Meet Your Meat. MEETYOURMEAT. I watched that and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that. I do not want anything to do with factory farming. I'm not giving my money to these people. I wouldn't give money to the Manson family to do what they did. I wouldn't. So why am I going to give money to people to do the same exact thing every single day to innocent animals? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, another thing, I'm not just vegan food wise. I also do avoid leather and of course fur. I've never like, who the hell, I don't know. I feel like fur shouldn't really be as big as it seems to be. Oh, that's so fucking weird. Wool. I don't wear animals either. Like I try to avoid animal byproducts in every single way. Even the lotions and the the body washes and shampoos and conditioners that I use, cruelty free, natural, which is something we should be doing anyways. Like, it should be natural. We should be trying to use more natural products and stuff like that. So like veganism is more than just what's on your plate. It's just trying to do less harm on the earth and stuff like that. Let's talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z right now are trying to get people to eat more plant-based meals so they can win a chance, so they can win a chance at seeing Jay and Beyonce for life. For life. They're trying to push it so people go vegan or people eat more plant-based or whatever, just so they can see Jay-Z and Beyonce for the rest of their life. Look, I had to lay back for this one. Now, let's talk about this. I think it's dope. Why do I think it's dope? Jay-Z and Beyonce are not vegan. They are not vegan. There's a misconception. This isn't new. She does wear animals. She does wear fur. She does wear leather. She does do all that. They are not vegan. And am I going to penalize her for that? It's annoying. It's definitely annoying. But am I going to be like, she's fake? Like she shouldn't promote plant-based, Listen, I don't give a fuck because she has a platform of there's millions of people watching her. There's millions of people that follow her, and there's millions of people that are seeing that, hey, if I go plant-based here and there, I have there's a possibility I could win something. Or she's igniting curiosity in like when it comes to veganism. You know what I mean? She's sparking curiosity. Like, people are going to be like, yo, hold on. What is this plant-based all about? If Beyonce's talking about it, what's plant-based all about? And there's thousands of people right now that are Google or looking up how to eat more plant-based meals and what to do. And, you know, there's people that are now getting into it. It may be with a motive, but I don't care. Any little step to help animals get off of people's plates, I support. Okay? So many people are so focused on Beyonce and they're not focused on the big picture. The fact that Beyonce is sparking curiosity, vegan curiosity. You know what I mean? So like, I think people need to lay off of her a little bit. I know it's annoying. I don't want her to wear fur. I don't want her to wear animals either. Absolutely. I wish she was vegan all the time, 24/7, but she's not. But she's still igniting curiosity in people. So, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I was in her comments yesterday, and I was going through all the comments, and people were like, hold on, like, they're like, well, I guess I'm gonna figure out how to go vegan. I guess I'm gonna figure out what to eat. And there's even people asking for help, like, what do I eat? How do I eat? What do I do? Even though what they're actually advertising is 22-day nutrition, which is it's this dude who has like meal plans and cookbooks and stuff like that that helps people go like vegan. It's a plant-based meal planning thing, but people aren't gonna buy that. People are not gonna purchase that stuff, but people are curious and people are asking and people are trying to figure it out. Like, all right, how do I keep less animals off my plate? Meatless Mondays. Mad people are doing meatless Mondays now. I'm with it. Okay, I'm not going to ever be one of those vegans that are like, well, you're not vegan enough, so what's the point? No, there's always a point. There's less animals on our plate, y'all. Y'all don't understand the struggle, bro. When I was 8 years ago, when I was like, yo, I think I'm vegan. I went from vegetarian to vegan. I could have never imagined where we are today. Ever. I would have if you would have told me, yo, in a few years, like mad people gonna be vegan. You gonna meet a vegan almost everywhere you go. I'd be like, no. Every time I tell people I'm vegan, they're like, you're the only vegan I know. You know what I mean? You know how many, I was always the only vegan people knew for so long. And now people know at least 2 vegans. You know what I mean? And I think that's so dope. We've come such a long way, and there's so many restaurants and there's so many options, and supply and demand, man. And if right now, if Beyonce is creating a demand, let's go. Let's go. Okay. She is creating a demand. So let's be thankful that someone is able to do that for thousands. Okay. Because years ago, that wasn't even a thought. That wasn't even like, I would have never imagined. I thought I was going to be bullied for the rest of my life for being vegan. I thought I was going to get the same dumbass question. Yo, you know what's a funny question that I got asked because I was vegan? So I was with my ex, right? And we was at a little party, and and this girl that he grew up with, she's like, wait, you vegan? I'm like, yeah. She's like, so you don't suck dick? I'm like, whoa. Hold on. I was like, shorty, you think that chewing on meat is the same as sucking on a penis? It's no wonder why you single. And she just stood quiet. She was like, and everybody's like, oh. I was like, that's not the same thing at all. If you chewing on a man's penis, girl, I could see why you flying solo, honey. But that was the dumbest question I've ever gotten asked. But so back to what Beyonce is like. She's creating a demand for more vegan products and more vegan options at places. There's Carl's Jr. now has a vegan burger. Taco Bell has, I'm not saying this is because Beyonce, I'm just saying the demand is there, so people are now trying to meet the demand. Taco Bell has like 20 something certified vegan, I don't know what, or 18, I don't know the number. I know it's a decent number, certified vegan ingredients or whatever it is. Who else? Fridays has a vegan burger. There's a lot of places that now have vegan options because there is a demand. Okay. As long as there's a demand for veganism, people are going to deliver. You know what I mean? If these restaurants see that less people are coming because they're not offering everybody something, they're going to deliver. So I do appreciate, as much as I wish Beyonce was vegan, I do appreciate what she's doing for the movement. I do. And I'm not going to penalize her for her, like, I'm not going to go under that post and be like, you mad fake. You not even, like, there's so many vegans under there like, yo, you mad fake. You not even vegan. I'm like, vegans, man, they are annoying. Some of them are so toxic. I'm like, do y'all hear yourselves? You think you're an elitist? You think you weren't born vegan unless y'all were. You weren't born vegan. You were wearing leather once. You were eating meat. Don't be rolling up on people like they weren't you once, or they aren't you at one point. So it's like, my message to all those vegans out there that just be so judgy, allow people to make mistakes. Allow people to figure it out. Give them, like, educate them if you must, but don't attack them. Okay? Nobody listens. Like, none of us are listening to each other if we're yelling at each other. None of us, all we're trying to do is yell over each other. Nobody's trying to, like, well, I see your point, but this is why I disagree. That's what you should be doing. Like, okay, I can see why you are that way, because you grew up thinking like that, and it's hard to unlearn everything and just reverse everything like you thought you knew, and learn, okay, maybe I don't need meat, or maybe whatever the case may be. It's like, but this, this is the truth now. We were told at one point, remember the milk mustache commercials? We were told that milk was good for you, and then we find out that milk is terrible for you. Milk, we're the only animals in the world that are drinking from another species. You know what I mean? That's weird. I've never seen a cow pull up to a goat and be like, yo, you got milk, son? Like, that doesn't happen. We're the only ones that be trying to steal milk from things that don't look like us. They don't look like us. They don't act like us. They don't speak the same language as us. Why are we drinking from their milk? The reason we drink milk from our mothers is because it has the proper nutrition for us to grow and for us to develop and all that other stuff. So like, if you want to drink milk, find your nearest pregnant woman, okay? If you're such a milk head, just go up to a pregnant woman, be like, can I borrow your titties? And respectfully, don't get me too'd, and be like, yo, I just need a quick pump. Just pump into this and give her like a cup and be like, can you spare some? Because I'm trying to eat this cereal over here. You know what I mean? Just stay away from the cows. Stay away from cow titties. Stay away from goat titties. Just stay away from other species titties. Okay? And that's how I'm gonna end it. It's so stupid. I love you guys. I hope this helped a little bit. I was all over the place. I was talking so fast that I was like out of breath. I'm also on live at the same time, and I wasn't paying attention to anybody on live. My bad. I kind of was, but I wasn't. I think I'm gonna start going on my Instagram on live for every podcast recording. So that's every Friday, Cam. Every Friday. Let's say 1:00, maybe sometimes 2, 1 or 2 o'clock West Coast time. Okay. I'm gonna be going live and recording my podcast. Okay. So pull up on me. If you don't know my Instagram, it's SabrinaSith, SabrinaSith. For those who don't know, Sith is not my last name. I'm just a really big Star Wars fan. Okay. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Oh, and as far as Jamie goes, I don't know. Bye.